EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Houston Texans. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Here's Rodgers to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Up the middle with Barkley. Fancy footwork at the 45. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now it's Rodgers. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 24. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We're scoreless after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle?
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Slot man moves right. On 3rd down, Henry.
And this is going to be a Titans 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
2 1st downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Throwing is Rodgers.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley.
And this will be a Texans 1st down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. To Barkley on the check down. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it with Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. They'll give Henry another shot. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry as the first half is winding down. And the Titans have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone. The
PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. Looking deep here for Chase. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got Derrick Henry all alone. He's on his way. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Titans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Bullet good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. 2nd down now. Rodgers now to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. He dumps it off to Barkley. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw pulled in by Kittle.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
Again to the big tight end, George Kittle.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
A brief pause in the action here as they tend to an injury. That's George Kittle shaken up on that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Rodgers going to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley with career touchdown number 60.
And the Texans have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive, because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On play action, they'll throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Touchdown, Texans! Saquon Barkley, already His second touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Texans take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Henry again on 2nd down. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he will have a Titans first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Touchdown! Saquon Barkley with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Texans have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. They'll set up to throw.
Gets this to the former Texan, DeAndre Hopkins.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They set up the screen for Henry. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Second and 15.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He's back to throw. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession. And to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Here's 1st and 10.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters. So I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Texans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Looking deep for Adams. It's caught inside the 25. And down to the 16-yard line.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division, you knew the motivation was going to
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee.
Tonight we wrap up this Thanksgiving weekend with a compelling matchup, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans.
Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
They begin with Henry.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Well, this defense for the Texans, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with...
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go, because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
On third down, Barkley. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense.
Touchdown, Titans! Derrick Henry with career touchdown number 126, the same number Jim Brown had during his 9-year career. And the Titans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now Rodgers gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. A former Volunteer back in Tennessee, it's Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Now Rodgers connects with Kittle underneath. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Completes this out toward the sideline to Barkley. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Saquon Barkley with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are able to move back in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Unable to corral him, he fights through, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. It's going to be pretty tough for them to match their efficiency, Charles, with that last possession, needing only the one play to find the end zone on the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, they got that together collectively, didn't they? Total group effort. Although the guy toting the rock, he gets all the credit. It was blocked up so well. The only thing stopping him was running into the goalpost in the back of the end zone.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
No, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The Titans at 10-1 now on the year, and I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now, because to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way, because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They'll run. It's Henry. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Rodgers now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes...
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley.
Down the right sideline. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards. A give to Barkley out of the gun.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Looking to throw. Rodgers throwing middle, and it's complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll run it again with Henry. And Henry going to have a Titans 1st down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
97's the mic. 97's the mic. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing it. Check that.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 2nd down and 3. Here's a give to Barkley. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Touchdown, Texans! Saquon Barkley. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Texans add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Rodgers will throw for it. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And the Titans are going to recover the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Nick Bosa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. 20!
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Well, this game's not done just yet. A big conversion there on 4th down, and a big gainer as well. They're going to have to play perfect football from here and get all the breaks, but at least they're giving it.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there.
Under pressure, they got him again. So Houston going to come away here with the victory.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting